Hi guys, Megan here. So the video today is going to be on tips and things that I wish I knew before I started my health, fitness, and weight loss journey. So I'm going to share some of the things that I have found success with that kind of took me a little bit of a longer time, and hopefully you guys can get there faster and just be able to reach your goals and continue and keep progressing and not get in a funk or get in a plateau or beat yourself up about it, because I feel like that's what happened to me and took me so long. Is not that the process took a long time, but the starting and stopping and starting and stopping took so long. So if you have ever been in that situation, you are interested in either getting started in working out and eating right, or you have stopped and started and stopped and started, or you want to just continue to progress your journey and get over that plateau, this video is for you. So tip number one, first and foremost, is going to be to make a mindset shift. I wish I had known this. You know, I wanted to get fit, I wanted to lose weight, but there was still that natural mindset that I feel like we all have that is just negative in nature. How many times have you gone around just in a regular day? Just think about it. You say things like when the alarm goes off, oh, I don't want to get up. It's too early. I'm too tired. I'm gonna be late, or I don't have time for this, or I don't wanna do that, or I don't feel like. There's so much just negativity just in our regular day. And that's not your fault, that's not anyone's fault. That's just how we as humans tend to think. And so you have to really actively switch that mindset to making some positive changes. So some of the things that I would suggest on switching your mindset is affirmations. So affirmations sound super cheesy. I know, I for the longest time was like, I'm not doing affirmations, I'm not doing visualizations, I'm not gonna waste my time on this stuff. And then I kept finding that the most successful people in all areas were doing these things. So affirmations are super, super simple, just speaking life and positivity into yourself, and you can make it a big long thing. I do mine in the morning, and I have like literally like 3 pages. It's a small notebook, but you know, like of affirmations I want in all different areas of my life. But what you can do is just think of a couple things that are going to lift you up and get you excited. So for example, some of my workout ones are very simple. I am happy, I am healthy, I am strong, I am fit, I am young and vibrant. My energy is contagious. You see, like when I say those things, I get excited. So say those things to yourself. As far as eating goes, I say things like, I make the right choices. I choose to eat healthy foods that fuel my body and make me feel good. So things like that, and don't say the negative things like, I am not gonna eat fast food. I don't eat fast food. I am not lazy. Say the positive things like, I am active, not I'm not. You know what I mean? Think positive, 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 and you really start to trick your brain into naturally starting to think positive and get excited. Another thing that I wish I knew was that there are so many things in the fitness world. So my tip is find what works for you. So normally, especially if you're like a brand new beginner, you might be thinking, oh gosh, like working out, so I'm gonna have to like run on the treadmill and like lift weights. No, that's not what I wanna do. No. So many things that you can do, and I would start by walking. If you are someone who has not gotten up and done anything, walk around your neighborhood, put in some headphones, listen to music, listen to podcasts, audiobooks. Audible is an awesome app that I've been recently really getting into. So anyway, I digress. I get really excited to do a whole video about Audible. I'm here. We'll do a whole video. Okay, back to things that we can do that are active. So walking. I don't like running. So like running, being on the treadmill is like the most least appealing thing to me in the entire world. You don't have to do that. You can dance, you can swim, you can box, you can lift weights, you can do resistance training, you can do body weight exercises, you can do just simple calisthenics, you can do step aerobics, you can do different variations of dancing. There's lots of different kinds of dancing that you can do. I do encourage that. You can do Pilates, you can do yoga, you can do gymnastics. I mean, really, you can jump rope, you can ride your bike indoor or outdoor. I never thought I was gonna be a person who liked cycling. I love cycling. So find what works for you, and you're going to have to try a lot of things. Great if you find something that you love on the first try, but you're probably gonna have to try a lot of things to get what you want to find that thing, find a couple things, because you're going to want to cross train. You're not going to want to do the same thing every single day. That's to get started, okay? And then you'll start to develop, you'll want to start working on different areas of your body. That's going to be a whole nother thing. Okay, so the next thing is along those lines. Another tip that I wish I knew was that you can eat. You can eat when you're trying to lose weight. So it's not just, okay, so like salads and raw chicken. That would not be healthy. Don't eat raw chicken. Bland, unseasoned chicken, and broccoli. Like, that's not how you have to eat. So we can get into a whole nother video about macros, but the 3 main macros are going to be your fats, your carbs, and your protein. So find out how much protein you need. You can search macro calculator and figure that out, or comment below, and I will, put some sources that I like out there for you to be able to find those. So find your protein, and then find out what makes you feel better, carbs or fats. And these are going to be whole foods, as close to the unrefined, unprocessed, natural state that you would find these foods in. That's what's the most important. And beyond that, it's calories in, calories out. You burn a certain amount of calories just being alive, just being you, doing your thing. And so you can either eat less calories than you burn, or you can eat that maintenance calories but work out a little bit more, or you can do a combination of both. Again, whole nother video we can get into, but I just want to let you know that eating doesn't have to be boring. I have found that my body likes fats more than it likes carbs, and carbs make me a little more sluggish. Carbs are normally a great fuel source for people, but for me, there's just different kind of things that are going to work for your body. So that is something that is going to take trial and error. So when you get to that point where you're like that, you tried it for a little bit, enough time to really figure it out, then you need to go back and evaluate, what can I change that might make this a little bit better? What can I tweak? How can I change this so it really works with my body? Instead of what I was doing, which was, I didn't find a workout I liked, I didn't find an eating way that I like, so whatever, it's just not gonna work. Done. Not in the cards for me. Not gonna be fit, not gonna be healthy, not gonna be thin. I mean, really probably with my genetics, I'm never going to be thin and have a flat stomach. So let's put that out there too. Even if you do the same workouts and you eat the same things as someone else, you have your own unique genetic makeup, and you are going to be you. So you want to make yourself the healthiest, happiest, just feeling good, looking good as you can be, not trying to copy someone else, okay? So instead of stopping in between all those things that I tried and saying, whatever, it's not gonna work, I should just go on to the next thing, which kind of draws me into my next point, which is keeping track. So some people, I'm not the type of person who likes to keep track of everything that I put in my mouth, write down all my exercises, how much I lifted. Sometimes I get into that, but most of the time it's not something I can keep up. And once you do that for a little bit, actually, you kind of start getting used to it. And so you kind of know how much you're eating here, or know what kind of workouts you're doing there. So I would recommend tracking at the beginning as much as you can for everything, but more so, and there's plenty of apps for that. So more than just keeping track of that stuff, if you don't want to do that kind of stuff, if you're not that type of person, keep a journal, or sit down and be quiet and have some time with yourself where you really think about so how do I feel? And I'm talking mentally, physically, emotionally. How is everything feeling? And you don't have to write down the amounts and exactly what you ate and everything, but write down a little bit of, okay, what did I eat? And what did I do that day? Or just take mental note if you don't want to, write it down, and really evaluate what has worked for you. Because if you don't take that time to evaluate and think about it and reflect on that and process that, how are you going to know what to do next? You're just going to keep trying things and being I did so many different things, I don't know what's working and what's not working, what helped and what didn't help, because I just changed everything all at the same time. So calm down, okay? Take it easy. Evaluate. The last thing that I want to share that I wish I had known and I wish I'd been practicing since the beginning is being mindful and being intentional. So a lot of people will use the terms self-control and willpower, and for me, I feel like those have a negative connotation, you don't have enough self-control, you don't have enough willpower. For some reason, those words in my head just ring negative. But when I say no, I need to have intention, I need to be mindful about what I'm eating, have my workouts and my nutrition be intentional and work towards my goals, that motivates me and that makes me feel good. So just think about what I'm doing going to get me to the next step? be intentional, be mindful about the things that you're eating, about the things that you're doing, about the things that you're feeding, not just your body, but your mind. Well, your mind's part of your body, right? But you know what I mean? Not just nutrition and things you eat, but what you're feeding your mind. And make it good stuff. And you know what? If you watch some garbage on TV, if you sat on the couch that day, if you ate a cookie, don't say, oh, I don't have any willpower or self-control, I'm just not gonna do it. Just say, okay, well, what do I need to shift? What did I do that I can not do again or change, up, and maybe just make it a little more intentional this time. So that's something that I really, really think is great. And then, I forgot, like having a goal, because you can't really be intentional to do your goals need to be what we call SMART goals. They need to be specific, they need to be measurable, they need to be attainable, they need to be relevant, and they need to be time bound. So think of some goals that you have and turn them into SMART goals. So if you say, I want to get healthy, that's great. That's a great thing to think and a great goal to have, but we've got to fill out some of that criteria. Make it specific, make it measurable, make it attainable, make it time bound, and I forgot to make it relevant. Because if you're just like, I want to get healthy, I want to get skinny, I want to get strong, well, what is that? You know what I mean? Let's break that down. What is that? What does that mean to you to reach those goals? And so make it specific. And all the other things, I'm not going to repeat it again. You can go back SMART. I'll put it down in the description below. And you can have a couple different goals. And when you first start, make these things small. Make these things super small. That's another thing that I really, really didn't do at first, was I would just like, I'm going to eat nothing and I'm going to work out really hard. And then I was like, okay, I'm never working out again. I'm never eating healthy again. This is the worst thing ever. I don't know why anyone does this. But when I started to pace myself, and it really only started when I started teaching, because when I started teaching, I was like, I have to pace myself because I have to have enough energy to bring to my classes, and I have to be not super sore so I can still do the form well to show people, right? So I was just doing the workouts that I was teaching, and then I slowly added in extra workouts because I really missed cycling and I got to go back to cycling, and I really wanted to be lifting weights, and so now I'm lifting weights and working on specific parts of my body. But this was really the first time that I paced myself, and I'm finally seeing progress. Things I wish I had known when I started my weight loss, fitness, and health journey, you guys. So there's not just one way. It's not a cookie cutter approach. Find what works for you. If something is not working for you, that doesn't mean to throw in the towel. That doesn't mean that you can't be healthy, fit, strong, okay? That means that you need to find something just a little bit different, and that is okay, all right? So get out there, start to explore, figure out what works for you. Leave some comments down below of things that maybe I didn't suggest or that I did that you love doing. Different ways that you really like to eat, maybe some healthy foods that people wouldn't normally think would be healthy foods that are quick and easy to do, things like that. Let's just motivate each other and build each other up and encourage a health and fitness lifestyle here on this channel, okay? So comment below, like this video, let me know anything that I mentioned that you want to specifically see go into more depth in another video, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss those videos, and hit the little bell notification button so that way you will be notified. All right, thank you guys so much for joining me to the end of this video, and I wish you so much luck. Enjoy the journey every step of the way. Make this fun and exciting and make it your own. Thanks.